Me Time Monday, self-care practice, 1 whole hour of self-care. And as hard as that might sound, it's the most important thing we can all do with this hour is take care of ourselves, fill our own cup so that we have the capacity to get out into the world and be of service to our fellow human beings. And we can't do that when our own soul is drained and our cup is empty. So I want to open this practice in Shavasana. Today, I'll be giving you a lot of choice around your practice. And for some, that's frustrating. Some of us just want to be told what to do. And this morning, I'm going to ask you to ask your body what it needs. So starting right here in Shavasana, does your body need any support in the way of props or change of position, covering? And we'll just start here with a few moments of self-observation. Noticing first, is there any tension in your body? And with that first question, see if it's possible to not judge that that's good or bad, but observation, is there tension? Is any part of you injured or tired? Is there any discomfort in your body? And can you just observe? Is any part of your body longing to be moved or stretched today? Take a moment to just acknowledge what your body wants this morning. What does your body need from this hour? And now check in with your breath. Without changing breath, how does your breath feel? What do you notice about the natural breath? And now check in with your level of energy. Did you show up this morning feeling energetic or a little tired? And can you just notice that? What's going on this morning in your mind as you lie here still, probably eager to get moving? But what's happening with your thoughts and your mind this morning? Just notice that. No judgment, nothing to change, just notice. And then how about emotions? Did any feelings, emotions show up with you this morning? Can you honor those and acknowledge the presence of excitement or sadness, joy, or sorrow? What's here? Is there anything, past, present, or future, that's tugging for your attention right now? Is there anything trying to pull you away from being here in this moment? Can you acknowledge that tug? that pull. And it's worth looking at, oh, that's the future pulling me forward with a to-do list, or oh, that's the past pulling me backwards. And that noticing reminds us to come back here to this mat, which is our healing island. Let your hands come over your heart. This gesture of self-love, like you're giving your heart a hug with both hands. And maybe press with a little bit of weight and squeeze with your fingers. What is your intention for this practice? Your own, exactly what you need. If you were making requests of your teacher, what would you ask for? And can you give yourself permission to do that even if I neglect to offer what you need? Can you make a mental note to pull that into this practice? Take a deep breath in, as deep as you possibly can. Let your arms stretch overhead and lengthen your body with a giant yawn. And then as you bring your arms down, kind of like snow angels to your sides, open your mouth and sigh with an exhale. Bend your knees and begin a slow journey around into child's pose. And that take your time. Notice the way you move from one place to another. Move with intention. Move with wisdom of your body. And as you come into child's pose, choose here, knees wide or close together, arms extended or resting on the floor, movement or stillness. What does your body need in this time, in this posture? Another choice point in this practice is if we're ever in a place where you want to stay, give yourself permission to stay, to catch up later. When you're ready to move from here, rise up to all fours, tuck your toes, and ease into downward facing dog. Making choice here of movement or stillness. Knees bent or straight. Loosen any tension you might feel in your neck. And again, just noticing the way you move from one place to the next. Bring your feet and your hands together. Come into a forward fold. Choosing stillness or motion. Choosing the bend of your knees and the placement of your hands. So much of this practice you'll be able to do with your eyes closed, letting your body guide your practice. This is your time to be embodied, to explore and play in this beautiful playground of skin and muscles and bones and joints. Let's press our hands to our shins and lengthen through the crown of the head. And then slowly rise up to extended mountain. I'd like to begin movement with breath. So as you're standing here in mountain pose, inhale your arms up and exhale your hands through heart center. And do that a few times, establishing your own pace. We all have different lungs and lung capacity. So establish your pace. And as I move you through a couple of sun salutations, I invite you again to go at your pace, not mine, catching up later or waiting for me if you're a little faster than me. So we'll begin with arms reaching high, extended mountain, and a slow fold into Uttanasana, forward fold. Press hands to shins, lift halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank pose, knees or toes. I'm going to choose knees this first time. Spinning the elbows, shift forward and lower halfway down. This is the strength part of the flow. And then melt your body to the earth, peel to cobra. And press back, downward facing dog. Choosing stillness or movement. Looking forward, bring your feet to meet your hands and press to your shins, lifting halfway. Exhale, forward fold. With soft knees, rise up, extended mountain, and draw your hands in front of your heart. Let's go one more time. I'll lead the way. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Press hands to shins, lift halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose, knees or toes, your choice. Lower halfway. And lift into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, and we'll pause here for 3 breaths. Notice the pace of your own breath. When you've completed 3 breaths, bring your feet to meet your hands, press to half lift, and exhale, forward fold. With soft knees, rise up, extended mountain, and bring your hands to your heart. I'm going to invite you to flow through 3 more times of Sun A on your own, with your own breath. And for those of you that aren't completely familiar with this, I'll be doing the movement so you can watch and follow, but I won't be saying the cues. We'll meet in child's pose after 3 times of Sun A. Whenever you're ready, begin. You've moved faster than me. You're waiting in child's pose, stretching in any way you like. If you are breathing a little slower, finish. Take your time. You won't miss a thing. You're enjoying the path and the scenery along the way. You're not in a rush. From child's pose, we'll make our way into down dog and back to the top of our mat. Lifting halfway and rising up to extended mountain. And we'll finish that sequence with hands at heart center and just pause here. Notice body, breath, energy, thoughts, and emotions. What was that experience like to guide yourself? Frustrating or joyful? Part of self-care is finding balance. So we're going to do a practice here of working on just noticing our balances and imbalances. And we're going to do a three time practice. So start here, hinge from your hips, forward fold. And then keeping your right foot where it is, bring your left foot back and drop the back knee into kneeling lunge. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do right and left, and you get to decide which side is the tightest, the weakest, which side needs the most attention. And we're going to do the pose a third time, and you can choose a side. So the work here is noticing what's happening in the right hip and the left hip flexor. You can do any version of lunge, kneeling lunge. You can tuck your toes. You can even lift your arms up, high lunge if you like, but I just really want you to feel this side. Feel this side. And remembering what this side feels like, tuck your back toes if you haven't already. Come back to forward fold and switch. Right foot back. We'll start on the knee. You might just close your eyes and check in. What's different on this side? The breath is a really great examination tool. So as you take a deep breath, where does breath get restricted? That's kind of how we notice where the tightness in our bodies is. So right and left. And now you get to choose, as we go through lunge a third time, which side needs that attention. So you're either going to just switch or stay here, and the side gets twice as long as the first side. These asymmetrical poses really help us notice these natural imbalances in our body. And our body's always asking us to correct, and we just don't listen. We do everything right and left, and then we stay imbalanced. It's partly your yoga teacher's fault. We don't offer this a lot. Let's tuck the back toes if you haven't already, and return to forward fold. Press to half lift and bring the arms overhead, extended mountain, reach as tall as you can, and come back to heart center just to notice right and left. Just notice, where is the heat in your body? Where is the energy? Bring your hands to your hips. And step into warrior one. We'll keep the right foot forward. Step the left foot back and take a moment to find like you're standing on two train tracks. We're going to do warrior one and warrior two on this right side. And then again, a third round. So you're noticing back ankle, left hip flexor, right glutes. You might even use shoulders to notice where tightness is. Where do you need a little more strength? Deep breaths. Open out into warrior two. So stepping onto a little more of a tightrope, a little deeper lunge. Looking over the right middle knuckles. Just observe, where do you feel strength? Where do you need strength? One side is going to feel a little more like home than the other. To transition from here, just turn all 10 toes to the side of your mat. Bring your arms overhead. And then open to warrior two on the other side, but follow it all the way around into warrior one. So the left foot is forward. You're standing on two train tracks. Chest is lifted. Now notice, where do you feel strength? Where is weakness? Where is tightness? Where is ease? Peel open into warrior two on this second side, widening the stance, deepening your lunge. Look over your left middle knuckle. And now we have come to choice point again. So we're going to do warrior one and two on one side. Which side pulls for your attention? Which side needs a little more strength? Left or right? And we're going to do that again. Two and one. I have students who have scoliosis, and they practice like this all the time, giving the weaker side of the body double the practice. They still go to that stronger side, but it's 2-to-1 ratio. Let's open out into warrior two. So if you've had a surgery on part of your body, perhaps you can use this practice, this 2-to-1 ratio, to strengthen that side of the body that's now a little weaker. It means sometimes pulling yourself out of the flow of a practice to do your own thing. And as your teacher, that's always to me a compliment that I've given you the space and permission to practice your way. Let's return to the center, all 10 toes, arms up high. Interlace your fingers and press to the ceiling, lengthening through both sides of your body. Breathe deeply here. And return your hands to your hips. We're going to rotate again toward the top of our mat and come into pyramid stance. So pyramid is a shorter version of warrior one. And we'll hinge forward over our right leg. You can use blocks or let your fingers fall to the floor. As you lengthen your spine, feel your belly on the top of your right thigh. And then see if you can touch your rib cage to the top of your thigh. As you lower down, maybe your chest touches your thigh. Eventually chin and maybe even forehead. Press back through your right hip crease. And feel your way around this pose. We're going to do this one 2-to-1 ratio as well. So you're noticing all the details that will help you choose a third. Breathe deeply. Giving our body balance through an imbalanced practice, an asymmetrical practice. Memorize the feelings in your body right now and lengthen halfway. Let your back foot step to meet your front foot and shift. Come into pyramid pose on the second side. So the left leg is forward, the spine is long. Reach forward and feel your belly on the thigh, then ribs, then chest, and down to chin or forehead. Drape over your left leg. Observe this side with deep breaths. Which side needs a little more time, a little more attention today? Each exhale just draws you down the leg as the left hip presses back. So let's choose a side for a third round of pyramid, lengthening through the crown so it's either switching feet or staying on this side a little longer. Be with your breath. This pose stretches hamstring, hip, and calf. It's predominantly used for people with tight hamstrings, but it also works its way up around the hip and into low back. You might even be noticing your resistance shows up there. Take one more deep breath in and out. Lengthening through the crown of the head, step again to the top of your mat. Press both hands to your shins, lift halfway. With soft knees, rise up, extended mountain. Pause here for a moment. Pause feeling, feet pressing into earth, arms reaching overhead. Maybe thumbs reach back a little bit. Eyes closed. What's happening right now in your body? Feel this. And then lower your arms to your sides, mountain pose. All right, we're going to do 3 trees. So let's start on the right foot and turn the left knee out. So moving into tree pose, you're welcome to grab anything you need for balance. You can take low tree like a kickstand, calf, or you can pull the foot up into your groin, your inner thigh. Try to keep your standing hips straight instead of popping out to the side. Arms wherever you like, branches as you like. And you're noticing this first side. Strength, stability, wobbling. Just checking in. And then just take your time switching sides. The second side is observation. Got your measuring stick and feel the difference between right and left. Stay with your breath. And just notice which side of your body wants a little more balance, a little more challenge, a little more attention. So go ahead and pick for round 3, either stay on this side a little longer or go back to the first side. Whichever one you fell out of, that's the one to go back to. Notice the pace of your breath here. Let's come back to the earth. Both feet on the floor. Take a deep breath in, arms overhead. And slowly swan dive, forward fold. Separate your feet about hips distance apart and hold on to either your big toes or the backs of your heels, just a part of your feet that allows you to pull yourself down a little deeper. And then just close your eyes, hold this pose and feel. Let yourself feel. Let yourself feel all of this posture. Every bit of where you are and how you are here. Feel this. From here, release your hands to the earth, step back, and lower yourself down onto your belly. And here on our belly, I'll invite us into a back bending posture. So I'll give you a few choices here as well. Choice number 1 is locust with arms at the sides, palms down. You can lift your arms and lift your torso, and that's a great place to hang out. If you'd like a little more, you can either lift your toes or bend your knees and come into almost bow or full bow, grabbing your ankles. We're going to take 5 breaths in a back bending posture. Your choice. Feeling your belly push into the earth. Feeling the strength of your back. And then releasing to the earth. Just let one cheek turn to a side and wiggle out your hips. With hands by your shoulders, press into tabletop position, and we'll move into pigeon. So pigeon pose can be a little tough on the knees. So we'll go easy here. Take your right knee to your right wrist and see where the most comfortable place for your right knee is. When you find that, tuck your left toes and start to move your left knee backwards. Move back away from that front hip. You can place a block or pillow under your hip. You can stay upright or lower down. Try to keep your hips and your chest squared forward. Close your eyes and breathe deeply into your hips. And be here like a witness. Observe what's here now. Notice the pace of your breath. Any thoughts, energy, or emotions, notice here and now. This. Slowly come up to switch. We'll just bring ourselves to tabletop. So give yourself permission to shake out the leg or move in any way you like before switching to the second side. Again, just listening to that left knee as you move your right knee back, using any blocks or props you have to support you. I believe that the most important step in self-care is simply listening to our own body. Our body is constantly trying to get our attention through pain, through tiredness, soreness, injuries, illness. Our body wants to speak. And we can only ignore it for so long. When we slow down and listen to our body, we find the answers. We find the answers. Take another deep breath here, a breath that invites you to listen to your body. And on a long exhale, let's release. Come up and shake out your leg in any way you like. And we'll bring ourselves around into a seat. Just an easy seat. You're welcome to be in butterfly or Sukhasana, easy cross-legged position. Just take a gentle twist to your right. We haven't done any twisting in this practice, so use this as a ringing out for your spine. You're lengthening through the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, just let your belly hug in, ringing out. And softly release, taking the twist to the other side. Using a hand behind you and a hand on your knee. The spine is tall. The twist is deep. As we come back to center, keep your legs right where they are and just allow yourself to fold forward. Stretch your arms out in front of you, drop your chin to your chest. In this position, notice which leg is on top or in front. Come up and switch. Reaching forward, folding down. And check in again. Go back to the very beginning of class, checking in with body, with breath, mind, energy, emotions. And I'd like you to just notice or pull for anything else your body needs. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes of silent and personal practice, just 2 minutes before we come into Shavasana. And so in these 2 minutes, do you need more time in Shavasana? Go ahead and go. Take a longer Shavasana today. Do you need an inversion or a twist or a restorative posture or maybe a little power? Maybe you still want to do some work. What does your body need to allow you to feel complete with this practice? The time is yours. When you feel complete and ready to come into the final and most important posture, begin to make your way down into Shavasana. Lying down on your back where we started this practice. Gather any props or coverings your body enjoys. Like it's okay to enjoy. It's okay to feel comfort. If you've ever watched a dog getting ready to curl up for a little nap, they turn around in circles and they do a lot of wiggling until they find the exact right position. So do that. Snuggle in. Once you find your resting place, do another body scan. Just breathe with body here. The simple act of noticing body with breath. I'm going to breathe here for one more minute. And I'd like to ask you to count the number of breaths in 1 minute. So in and out is one breath. Just count. Allow this last breath to leave your body completely. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Once again, in your way, start to make this slow, loving transition from where you are and back to a seat. I'd like to finish this practice with one short round of alternate nostril or Nadi Shodhana. This is a balancing breath that stimulates both the right and the left hemispheres of our brain and creates both energy and calm, which leaves us with calm energy. So we're going to take two fingers and just place them right here at our brow point. And we'll use our thumb and our fourth finger to alternate closing off a nostril. So just pressing gently on your forehead, take a deep breath in. Empty the air out of your nose. And then close off the right nostril softly. Breathe in through the left. Switch fingers, breathe out of the right. And then in through the right. Switch fingers, breathe out of the left. In through the left. Out of the right. And then reversing in right, out, left. So continue kind of making that rainbow shape with your breath in one nostril, out the other, and then reverse. We'll do one more round. Really pull the breath in high and let it go out. And the next time you breathe out of your left nostril, release your hand, keep your eyes closed, and once again, just notice. And in this space, this balanced space, what do you need throughout the rest of this day? What does your body need? Invite your body to be your teacher and listen to the whispers of its wisdom. How can you commit to continuing this self-care throughout this day? Bring your hands together at heart center. Your body is saying thank you for listening. So maybe you can also say thank you to your body. Thank you all for joining in this practice of self-care. Namaste.